Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Live here, and we're doing it. Yeah, you know that we've already ranked all of the Kongs from Donkey Kong, and we dug seriously deep. We didn't have to dig as deep this time because there's more recorded instances, but yes, we're going to be ranking every single Pokemon from the first generations of games. And I'm not going to be doing it alone because that would be madness. I am in fact joined by the wonderful John.
I'm so happy we're doing 151 and not every Pokemon, Alex, because if we were doing every single one, we'd never leave. We'll be stuck here forever.
Who knows what the future may hold, but I am not only joined by the lovely John, I am joined by the stupendous, the wonderful Xeon.
John, you make it sound like we weren't already going to be stuck here forever. we still are. But it's going to be a great time. My childhood has been waiting for this forever, as is yours.
It's gonna be a beefy one. I think that's fair to say. So let's not faff around any longer. Or what I say, that's more than enough waffling. Let's dive right into things, but without a transition, because we don't have time. So you can see here we've got all the lovely tiers using tiermaker.com. Big thanks to Cerebi.net for supplying the sprites that we're going to use. And I do want to point out we're not judging the sprites. The sprites are merely representative of the Pokemon as a whole. So if the sprite's a bit goofy, we may not take that into account, but we may. So we're just going to start
Alex,
off. Oh, sorry, Xeon, go ahead.
Which sprites did you say we're using again today? Where did these come from? What
these
games?
are the original red and blue sprites from the West, so not the red and green sprites that were originally released in Japan, and not the yellow sprites that were released everywhere. It's a rich and dense tapestry. So let's begin with number 1. We're doing this in order. Mr. Bulbasaur. Where do we think Bulbasaur lives?
Oh, this is so tough, because I imagine we all chose different starters, right? Like, what did you guys choose as your starter?
I chose Bulbasaur.
Okay, I chose Charmander.
I'm pretty sure I chose Charmander also, but Bulbasaur is now my personal favorite line of starter.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I feel like the Charmander line is the McDonald's, where it's everywhere, and I've kind of been overexposed to it, and I don't feel as strongly towards Charmander anymore. I kind of do lean towards Bulbasaur.
I'm glad to hear that, because I still love Bulbasaur to death, and to be honest, he's for me, he's A, if not S. I think I'm only leaning away from S slightly because his move pool isn't amazing. But what do you guys think?
I would probably... Yeah, he is very cute. I'm pretty sure when I was a kid, I had a dream that I had a pet Bulbasaur and a pet Patamon from Digimon. And so... But I would probably put him in A. I would still. That's where I would go.
Let's stick him in A for the sake of brevity. Okay. Ivysaur. Where are we going to put Ivysaur?
Baby. Ivysaur is just a better Bulbasaur.
He is, isn't he?
No one can complain about, or no one can argue that.
I honestly think... yeah, he's in Smash. He's like the best of the 3 as well.
You're right.
Like, Squirtle's okay. Charizard's got the power behind him, but Ivysaur is a combo and damage dealer. In my mind, he's S. Any complaints?
No, I'm fine with that.
No, he's like edgy Bulbasaur. Yeah.
Damn right. Now, Xeon, you don't like Venusaur, do you?
I don't. He's just a weird big frog thing. It's like he aged. Bulbasaur is like around 8 years old. Ivysaur is like the teenager, and then Venusaur is just like he's 40, 50 years old at this point. He's looking to retire from his job. I'm not a big fan of him. And no offense to Venusaurs out there, just not my cup.
I like Venusaur, but he's not as good as the others. I'd say he's B. John?
Yeah, he's disappointing compared to the final evolution of the other starters, in my opinion. He just looks like a big, scaly frog.
Nothing wrong with that per se.
I might even say C, honestly.
Ooh, I don't think I can agree with that. Xeon casting vote, I say B, John says C.
I agree with B. I think it's fine.
There
that's
we are
good
then.
with me.
Mr. Charmander. Where's Mr. Charmander gonna go on here? John?
I like Charmander a lot. I think he's the best of the line in terms of design, because they kind of get ugly as they go on.
They do
so
a
I think
bit.
Charmander stands quite strongly next to Bulbasaur.
Xeon, any thoughts?
The problem is, I was about to say that Charmander's so cute, but all of the original starters are so cute, so that's unfair. I would say A, maybe even S, because I don't want to talk about the future line too much yet, but But yeah, I really like Charmander quite a bit. S or A is good with me.
I can't bring myself to put him in S just because he's so everywhere all the time. So I'm gonna make an executive decision and put him in A.
I'm never gonna forget about he's the McDonald's of Pokemon.
What about Charmeleon? Charmeleon, in my opinion, is a better Charmander.
I
think
agree.
he's a worse Charmander, I'd say. I think he's just this red... The shade of red that he is very jarring compared to Charmander and Charizard. It's like he went a different colour for some reason, and I don't like that.
I really like that he's just... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, where would you put him, John? You haven't given any information.
I'll put him as a C. I mean, he's fine. I just don't like him that much.
Rude. Xeon?
Yeah.
I'm honestly a big fan of all of the first stage, if we're talking Pokemon TCG terms here, of all of the starters. I would probably put him in S. Ooh. So do with that what you will. He was so cool when I was a kid.
C or S. I'm going to split the difference. I'm going to go with A. I honestly really like Charmeleon. I don't think there's any more that needs to be said. Mr. Charizard.
He's the McDonald's mascot.
He's Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, I mean, it's a perfectly fine design, but I find he's just been so overused, you can't help but be a little bit meh about him. Or at least some people are going to get very angry at that, but, you know, that's how it's
tough. Yeah, I mean, it's tough because we see him so much, right? I mean, he's probably the Pokemon that has the most trading... Well, no, Pikachu probably is. But yeah, besides Pikachu, he's probably the most recognizable. And people aren't wrong. He is pretty tough looking, to be very PG about it. I would probably put him in A or S. I think he's pretty cool. And I know we're really beefing up the top slots here, but we're starting with the starters.
John?
I mean, he is a good design. I feel like we shouldn't let his overuse get to us on how we like him. But something's just stopping me from saying S. So maybe A.
I was thinking B, but the fact that you two are going between A and S, I'm happy to concede A. The thing that annoys me is he's not Dragon type, and I'm not going to get into Mega Evolutions. That's a whole other different thing. We've got to pick up the pace. We've been spending too much time on these boys. Squirtle! Where's Mr. Squirtly boy going?
Oh, he's a cutie. Squirtle's a cutie. I think Squirtle is probably A as well.
Xeon, any thoughts?
Yeah, I can't argue that either. He's very iconic, very simple but elegant design. I dig him. He's good.
He's going in A.
Like a Squirtle gang, isn't there, with sunglasses and all? So not
the Squirtle Squad.
Totally right, the Squirtle Squad. Yeah.
Wartortle.
There's something about those ears that it's like when Mario got the feather cap and he just instantly was cooler. That's what happened to Squirtle here. And so, like I said, I'm in love with the first stages, that first evolution. I would put him in S, just like I would with Charmeleon. But that's just me.
I can't agree with that. I think Wartortle's probably the weakest of all the starter Pokemon. Ooh. I'm afraid.
That's why we're doing this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I kind of agree. I think the second stage for me is the stage you see the least. Like the first one is your big attachment. The last one is what you spend the rest of your life with. And the second one, while they can look cool, you don't really get that much time with them. And so whenever I battled Wartortle, I'll just kind of think, I don't know. I'd say B or C.
I'd think I'm leaning towards C, but Xeon likes him so much. So should we go B?
I can't be mad. Ivysaur is in the top slot. I'm already winning.
Yeah,
Ivysaur's the best. Fat Man Blastoise. This sprite work is excellent.
It looks like the Seymour Skinner pathetic.
Okay, S.
I always thought Blastoise was the weaker of... Well, no, not in comparison to Venusaur, sorry.
He's better than Venusaur.
You think so? Or you think he's better than Charizard, too?
Oh, I don't know.
He does have guns in his shell,
He
essentially.
Does. So
That's
he's legal
cool.
in America.
Yeah, you can carry him in your pocket.
Concealed arms. Should we... but I'm not sure whether S is like reserved for tip-top It says, sheesh,
Right,
you're
right.
perfect.
I feel like we can warrant having one starter final evolution in S, as long as you don't get too excessive with that category.
Okay,
He he is unique. Yeah, I'm cool with it. Just wanted to make sure.
Right, we're moving on to the smaller entries. Caterpie.
Better than Weedle.
I agree.
Whoa, okay, there's going to be some
I
beef
agree.
later on. What, you agree?
He's
Yeah.
so much cuter. Look at his little like nose thing. He's got like, are they eyebrows? What is it?
It's bits.
Little antennae, I guess.
Now I suppose antennae, yeah.
But they look like eyebrows.
So what do you guys reckon?
I don't think too highly of Caterpie, but I feel like this line it was one of my first ones I went for, because I guess this is one of the first Pokemon you can find after you get your starter. So I'll say Caterpie's a nice C tier. C for Caterpie.
Xeon?
Yeah, I have a big affinity for just that entire line too. So I would say C or B, honestly. And I understand there's tons of Pokemon ahead, but Caterpie in particular is pretty cute. Little cool. Cool worm.
I'd say D personally, and so I think if we split the difference, we end up at C. Does that sound fair?
Sounds like a C. Sounds
C
like a C
tier.
to me.
Metapod.
I don't know how to rank this one.
I honestly think, whilst I like the design of Metapod just inherently as a Pokemon, I think he's terrible. It literally, you come across one in the wild, it's just like harden. It's worth, honestly, I'm thinking E. I'm honestly thinking E.
Fighting it alone is just, yeah, I think E is fine. I realize I just said I like the entire line, but I forgot about Metapod. I was looking at you,
Yeah.
the next one.
The best thing about Metapod is you spend 3 levels with him, and that is it. Then he evolves.
We'll
Yeah.
go with E then, shall we? Butterfree.
That's an A tier. That's an A tier Pokemon.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, Butterfree's high up there.
I consider Butterfree to be like a C tier, honestly.
I know why. I know why.
Why?
Because you're the next Pokemon. You're that. You're a fan of that one.
I am. You're right.
Butterfree's just so cool. It's this bug-type Pokemon that can learn moves like Psybeam.
It's supposed to be Venom Moth.
But it's so majestic. Oh, don't even go there. You know we don't have time for that.
If you're interested, just Google Venom Moth, Metapod, Butterfree. You'll find it. Can I be cheeky and say B for Butterfree? B for Butterfree.
We'll be angry at you, but you can.
Yeah,
The
I
anger-
would put it in A or S
The
as
anger
well.
is coming my way. Now, Weedle.
Yeah, after the Ridley discussion, yeah, you
Yeah.
have a couple you can throw at me.
Don't you
Alex,
put Weedle in S tier?
Yes, he's an S tier.
Hold it now. We have Caterpie and C. That can't do.
He's a
That
little
can-
party hat worm, though. He's got a little party hat. And that blob on his face, is it a nose? Is it a mouth? It's a nose. But it's fun to speculate. If he's not in S, then he's in S.
I mean,
Caterpie is a better Weedle.
No, he's not.
What do you think, Xeon?
I would honestly say C probably as well. I really don't think he's that much better than Caterpie. He does have a horn, and that's cool and more effective, but I don't know.
John,
Alex,
any final thoughts?
You really like him that much?
I really like Weedle that much.
I mean, we can't take that away from Alex.
He took Butterfree away from us, Xeon.
Well, I tell you what.
well-
I tell you what. Why don't I put it in B then? Butterfree and Weedle can be friends.
I don't like implying that they're equal, but we don't have that much time
right.
to argue.
Dang, I really wanted to put him in S so we could have something to hold against Alex later.
Okay, Kakuna, the better Metapod, is not
Yeah, it is better
amazing,
than
but he is
Metapod.
better than Metapod.
Yeah, no arguments
Absolutely.
D.
I didn't realize he had like swords for hands though. Did that translate later? Or is
I'm
that
pretty
just for
sure it
this
was
game?
in Pokemon Stadium, like it was animated.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
D?
there. Yeah, sure, D.
I would honestly say C, but I'm cool. D works.
I'm being reserved,
can
so
bump it.
yeah, I'll put it in C.
Oh.
Cheers, Xeon.
Yeah. Yeah, I like C made me wow, Kakuna made me wish that that's the evolution I had when Caterpie evolved, but here we are. I'll take it for Butterfree.
Beedrill. I love Beedrill. Simple design, slightly annoying that he doesn't have 6 limbs being an insect, but you know, we're none of us perfect. I honestly think Beedrill's like A tier.
What were you thinking, John?
I like Butterfree more than Beedrill was the thing. I like Beedrill a lot, but I don't know. We've already put Butterfree in B, so I don't know if I can say that Beedrill's higher than that.
I was thinking B for Beedrill.
I'm happy to concede a B. I'm happy to concede a B.
Yeah,
Pidgey.
Beedrill is really cool. You're not wrong.
Pidgey's just a pigeon.
Pidgey's a pigeon, but... Well, no, it's not. It looks nothing like a pigeon.
Well, I guess there's actually a pigeon Pokemon later in the series, and I suppose Pidgey is not a pigeon.
It's as close to a pigeon as we got back in the day.
I honestly think it's like D or E.
Uh-huh.
But then again, I kind of like
Yeah.
Pidgey. Should we say
I think
D?
the line gets better as it goes on, and Pidgey is just the most basic of all of them. So I'm happy
Yeah.
putting Pidgey in E.
Xeon?
Yeah, I think E or D is fine as well. Yeah, let's throw him in E. We've got only one in there right now. Is that edible? What is that?
No, it's arable, brackets T, so terrible.
I'm sure
okay.
Pidgey could eat Metapod, though.
Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto.
I like Pidgeotto.
Pidgeotto's so cool.
I like
Yeah.
Pidgeotto. Almost maybe slightly more than Pidgeot.
Yeah, I think I agree, actually.
Yeah.
Pidgeot's cool, but it doesn't quite have the same iconic look.
This sprite doesn't really do it justice because it just looks like a fat bird. But I honestly think A for Pidgeotto. I think it's great.
Yeah, I like Pidgeotto a lot, too.
Yeah, I think, so where are we going to put Pidgeot? 'Cause that sounds like a tough fight,
That's
guys.
the tricky thing, isn't it?
Pidgeot is intimidating. When it gets sent out, the size of the sprite is quite, it makes your nerves shake a little. But the design itself, it's a downgrade from Pidgeotto.
I don't know. You can ride Pidgeot, though. And
You
I
can
once
ride
had someone tell me
Pidgeotto.
that.
What's you can ride Pidgey,
You can
I
ride a
think.
Pidgey if you
I'm
want
pretty sure
to.
Pidgey can
No,
give
but you
fly.
could physically. Pidgeot is so big that you could ride it like a dinosaur, and it'll fly you wherever you want.
I love you say
You're just
ride
holding
it
onto the
like a
hands.
dinosaur, like that's something
Yeah,
we
well,
do
like-
daily.
No,
You could have said horse. You could have said so many animals, but you went with dinosaur.
I was thinking of a flying animal that we could also ride, and dinosaur was the first thing that I came up with. All right.
Well, no dinosaurs flew. You're thinking of pterosaurs.
So specific. I'm glad we have you here, Alex, to correct me on that.
So where are we
I one
thinking?
time
Where
had-
are we thinking?
I one time had someone tell me that my hair back in the day looked like a Pidgeot, and that made me feel pretty bad, but also pretty good. I would probably put him in A if you're asking me.
I'm thinking maybe B. John?
Yeah, I'm thinking B as well.
Okay, you've been overruled, Xeon, but who knows?
That's all right.
You may have
Majority vote.
your cake later. Rattata or
I'ma
Rattata,
eat it
if
too.
you pronounce it differently.
It's okay. It's just kind of a boring line, though. Only evolves once, and I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever kept this line in my team.
I think
Yeah,
Rattata's like a D.
I originally didn't care for Rattata at all until I played the card game, and there's a really, really cool Rattata next evolution line that made me appreciate it a lot more. And so I would probably put him in C, but I understand. I understand. He's not that unique in the line.
I'm gonna pop him in D, but Raticate, on the other hand, I think Raticate's actually pretty cool. I like the massive teeth. It just looks kind of weirdly intimidating with the angry eyes and the big teeth and the big mouth. And Hyperfang, which I still don't understand. Or is it Superfang? There's a
cool
Fang
Pokemon
move.
to
I still
fight.
don't understand how it works.
It's a cool Pokemon to fight, but I've never actually had it on my team, is the thing.
Same. Yeah, you'll find with me that I've always had a thing for the cute Pokemon, and the ones that look rabid and angry, I'm not a big fan of. Going forward, you'll know.
See?
Yeah, I think C.
Sure.
Cool.
Sure.
Spearow, the better Pidgey.
It is a better Pidgey. I don't think the line is a better Pidgey, but Spearow, I can't debate, is better than Pidgey.
I think Spearow, I like the design. I think it's quite striking without being over-designed. I think Spearow's C.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's fine too. I've never really had a fan or been a fan of these. I just always let them go. Good. You can go do your own thing. Go fly off.
Bye Spearow, that classic episode. Fearow, the evolution.
Yeah, it's a cool Pokemon. I just feel like this is kind of overshadowed by Pidgeot.
It does have a very cool cry where it goes brrrr, or something like that.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly how it sounds.
Yeah, what was that, Alex? What was that? Can we get that once more?
That wasn't as good that time. It makes a fun waveform, though. I'm looking forward to editing that.
I feel like it might be equal to Pidgeot, but not Pidgeotto.
I don't think it's quite as good. Oh, then again, no, I do like the design. Xeon, casting vote.
I think C is fair. It's very interesting we never got a third evolution, or like, a middle stage for this here. It just went straight to Fearow. But yeah, I would say C.
I'm gonna go with C, I think. But what about, this sprite's terrible, but Ekans.
Oh.
It's Snake backwards.
Yeah, that was basically what Facebook was for 10 years in the year 2006. Like, did you know that Ekans is Snake backwards?
Oh, I see. I thought you were saying that Ekans embodied Facebook somehow, and I couldn't quite understand where you were going with that, so...
We can make that connection somehow.
D?
I think the evolution is quite cool, but Ekans...
Whoa.
Yeah.
Slow down. We've got plenty of Pokemon to get through.
You're right, though. It's one of those things where without Ekans, we wouldn't have the next Pokemon, but it still just isn't great. This one, Ekans.
D?
Yeah.
D.
Definitely
Arbuck.
needs some work.
Arbuck.
An iconic Team Rocket character.
Yeah, I love Arbuck. I think Arbuck's A. A for Arbuck, which is Cobra backwards with a K.
Oh my, no way! Are you serious right now?
I'm so serious, it hurts.
I can't tell if Xeon's actually being mind blown.
Oh yeah, you can't see me. I forget you guys couldn't see me, but yeah, no, I did know that.
Okay.
A?
I'm glad. Yeah, I think A for Arbuck.
Sorry to scare you.
Xeon?
Yeah, A's good. I like that. A for Arbuck.
A for Arbuck. Right, now, this is a bit of a non-Pokemon. What do we reckon? Pikachu.
I've got to say, I just love the sprite work, too, on this Pikachu.
I love Fat Pikachu. Fat Pikachu's brilliant.
Yes! Bring Fat Pikachu back.
Well, they did with Dynamax, didn't they?
But forever. I want him
The thing with
always.
Pikachu is I don't know if I've been conditioned to love him, or if I actually do love him.
I think I do actually love Pikachu. I think it's just... the character design is just very good, and he's in so much promotional material, and he is a good mascot, and he goes Pika, and I can't do that one. I can do Fearow, I can't do Pikachu. Although he doesn't go Pika in these games, does he? He just goes or something.
Yeah, not until Yellow did they give him that a little custom sound effect.
Where do we reckon?
Before we put him anywhere, I feel like the next evolution is a step up from Pikachu. So I don't want to put Pikachu in S.
I think Pikachu's good. I think Pikachu is a B.
Yeah, I think that's
I would
fair.
say I'm very glad with the mascot that Pokemon did get in the end. And of course we can talk about that more later. Right, yeah. I would say A probably for me, just because this Pokemon meant so much to not my childhood, but so many to everyone else's.
I'm gonna go. On that basis, I think I'm gonna side with Xeon and go with A, because Pikachu is the Pokemon. But what's better than the Pokemon? It's evolution. Raichu. I'm gonna have to put it in S. I love Raichu. I think it's hugely underrated. Hugely underrated.
It's almost unfair too that if you're playing Pokemon Yellow, that if you want to evolve into a cooler Pokemon like Raichu, you just lose the trailing Pokemon behind you too. It's not.
Can you actually evolve
punished.
him then? No, he throws away the Thunderstone. He bats it away.
That?
I think.
Yeah, he refuses to evolve.
Cheeky old so and so.
Wow.
Yeah. Moving on though, Sandshrew. I like Sandshrew. I think Sandshrew's a solid B.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sandshrew's cool. I would have a pet Sandshrew, totally.
Oh, same. Absolutely.
And then we've got Sandslash, who's a slightly more angry Sandshrew.
I don't think I would survive a pet Sandslash, or would any of us?
No, they're vicious, and I kind of like that. It's kind of like Sonic the Hedgehog with an actual attitude, like a criminal attitude.
It's Sonic the Hedgehog with a criminal record.
We've got to put him in A tier.
He's an A tier. Nidoran female.
Oh, okay.
I'm
They're kinda
not
like little
a
bunny rabbits, aren't
huge
they?
fan of Nidoran female. I've got to be honest.
Yeah.
Did you say they kind of look like bunny rabbits, John?
Yeah, like little bunny rabbits that you find in
Sort
the
of
field.
guinea pigs.
I totally see what you guys both mean. I just thought they were just some weird amalgamation of something, like just earth animals.
I think D, honestly.
Yeah, I can side with D.
Xeon.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I've never, yeah, I think that's okay.
D it is, but here we go. Nidorina. This sprite makes Nidorina looks like it's got a piggy nose. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I actually really like Nidorina. I'm not big on Nidoran female, but Nidorina, I'm thinking B. I really like Nidorina. Nidorina.
I think it's a little simple for me.
Yeah, I feel like I like the male version more, actually, in with this one. I don't know if I'd put the male one in A as the thing. So
I could concede a C.
Yeah, I think we need to know, Alex, how do you feel about the male version as well?
Well,
Not that we don't need to rank it, but
I tell you what, why don't we when we've done the Nidoran line entirely, we'll shimmy and shake them around if we want to.
sounds good.
Okay.
I like that. Yeah, I think C is fine then too. C or B. We can throw them in B for now if you want.
Put her in B. Nidoqueen.
Okay.
Nidoqueen.
I liked this one until I found out that it's 4 foot tall. When I battled this on the Game Boy, I thought, whoa, look at this colossal Pokemon. It's going to wipe my entire team. But then you see it in its actual size and it's 4 foot.
Yeah,
that takes so much away.
I like Nidoqueen, but not as much as Nidorina. I don't know what it is. I think it's that mid-tier preference again. I reckon C.
Yeah, I think C's fine. I dig the muscles. It's still like it has this kind of like mom look, like it's gonna take care of you, but it would also just completely rip you apart as well.
Uh-huh.
And that I don't know, something about that's cool.
Xeon, talk to us at the end of the video.
No, there's nothing wrong. It's just Pokemon, guys.
Okay, let's stick Nidoqueen in C. Nidoran male, the better Nidoran. But still not great. The big ears are okay. I think it's C for me.
Yeah, I can't argue any higher than C.
Yeah, a slight upgrade. Yeah, I think C's fine too.
Yeah. Nidorino, I think I like as much as Nidorina. I really like the mid tiers again.
Really?
I think they both look kind of like equally angry, kind of sort of like they've got all this energy and they're just ready to go, and they're not, they're not bipedal, which is refreshing.
I think I like them more, but maybe not an entire tier more.
Yeah, I like the fact that they almost look like they could be they could be the mascot for a game that isn't Pokemon but is trying to be.
Sure.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I can see
You know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah. But what about Nidoking? I know it's very stereotypical because I'm a boy, but I was a boy when this came out, and I thought Nidoking looked the bee's knees.
He's also 4 foot, isn't he?
Oh, that
They're
does
both-
take
Is
the
he
edge off,
really?
doesn't it?
They're both just these little they're tiny little things. They're trying to look intimidating, but they're smaller than us by quite a margin.
I think I always looked at Nidoking too when I was a kid and was like, man, he's like gonna be a dragon. He's gonna have all these cool moves, and
Yeah.
he didn't, and that kind of disappointed me. So I would say probably like a C or a B as well.
I'm leaning more towards B because I do think Nidoking, just from a purely design point of view, is just a little bit better than Nidoqueen. There's not a lot in it, but I think just the sharper edges and the more sort of even more armored body. I don't know. John, casting vote, B or C?
I don't feel too strongly, so I'll side with B.
B it is.
Yeah, I think that's fine too. There's something about spikes though, right?
Yeah, there's something weirdly primal about it. Do we want to shimmy any of these around, or?
You know, I'm quite happy with where they are, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, I agree. We'll leave you with your one as well, Alex. I think that's good.
Splendid.
That's good.
Clefairy. I really don't like Clefairy at all. And it stems...
Wow. Well, good thing. Good thing it
When
wasn't
I
the
think
mascot.
Clefairy, I think the Pokemon Stadium mini game where you copy its moves and it goes fairy.
Yes, that is exactly the story I was going to tell. And then you get hit with a hammer if you get it wrong. It's like, no, you know what? No, I'm not dealing with this.
Is that the one where there's like a teaching Clefairy or or something? Wow.
I've got to banish it. I've got to.
I don't know if it's banishable.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do you guys a deal. I'll do you a deal. We can put Clefairy in Errable. With one exception, we put Clefable in Banished.
Whoa! Why would you do that?
I don't love this line, but I don't think they're terrible.
Goodness.
Xeon, any thoughts?
Yeah, I think Clefable, like with the wings are even bigger. Like it's just a cool Pokemon. I mean, okay, so where did you want to put Clefable if we do this?
Banished?
No. I mean, I think Clefairy could use some work. Like, I think Clefairy's C tier, but man,
there's some cool lore
I didn't know you
around
were so
Clefairy.
hurt.
Like Clefairy and the whole Mount Moon lore is pretty cool. I don't know. I feel like it's at least a D.
All right, D. But then Clefable's going in E, okay?
That really hurt Alex to do that.
It did hurt.
Clefable's going in E? Why can't it at least be as good?
Because it's not as good.
No.
It's worse.
Wait, why is it worse though? Because you don't have the attachment of the minigame to
no, but it's less
degrade
cute.
Clefable.
It's less cute. It's like somebody. It's like a child that was really cute, and then the child grows up, and instead of looking more mature or something, they just look like they're still trying to be cute. It's mutton dressed as lamb. That's what it is.
I can't wait to hear what you think about Chansey.
Oh, I actually like Chansey. Thoughts?
I don't know. I'm trying to comprehend anything that just happened. I feel like I like Clefable. I think they're a good Pokemon.
I do too. Yeah. Yeah. I think Clefable has to be at least a D. I would rank Clefable probably like an A or a B, but obviously I'm not the only party here. So I respect your opinion, Alex, because that's what this whole thing is.
And I respect yours, even if it is painfully wrong.
I would have to say I could settle for D for you, Alex.
D.
John?
It's a settle. I wouldn't put them in D, but I'll settle for D.
Right, I do think my
At
camera...
least they didn't get banished.
I think my camera needs some anti-shake because the amount that I'm pressing buttons. What's going on? I think I'm pressing the wrong button. I'm pressing the autofocus button. There we go. Now I'm stabilized. Hello, lovely stabilized people. Vulpix. What's going on with Vulpix?
I love Vulpix.
I really like Vulpix.
Me too. Vulpix is so cool.
Vulpix A?
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about Vulpix is in Pokemon Snap, there's this one point where Vulpix gets in front of you, and they have their butt right in front of your face. It's like, Vulpix, please move. I don't want to look at your butt the entire time. That's the one thing I don't like about them.
It's just a typical cat move, which I know Vulpix is not a cat, but
I was about to say it's really not a cat. Ninetales, though. I like Ninetales, but I don't think I like Ninetales as much as I like Vulpix.
I love Ninetales. And maybe it's partially because of the Keaton Fox in Majora's Mask.
Yes.
I saw, connected those two dots when I was a kid.
With you, Xeon, everything comes back to Majora's Mask.
It does.
I'll go as far to say that I stan Ninetales.
Ooh.
Wow.
So, I mean, Xeon, what do you reckon? Give me a tier. Give me a tier.
I think we should do A tier then. I think that's
where would you put Ninetales?
Oh, I would put Ninetales in S. I think it's one of the most majestic Pokemon we have out there, and that's the grading tier. Sheesh, you're perfect. That's where I would put Ninetales.
John? Well, you said you stan, so I'm guessing you mean S as well.
Did we lose John?
I think we've lost John. Oh, well, we just had some technical difficulties. John John went off for a brief moment, but we're back, and we are looking at Jigglypuff, and I do not like Jigglypuff. I really don't.
In the context of the anime, Jigglypuff is much more likable. In the games, I've never used them, but I feel like they have a really strong personality.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a lot of character, but you're right.
See?
Yeah, see.
See.
It's fine.
Wigglytuff, I really want to banish. I hate Wigglytuff.
It's a scary design, isn't it?
It is.
Look at that.
Yeah, those eyes. Yeah, you're right.
Can we banish it?
Bye, Wigglytuff.
Bye! We've got to banish one! I've been waiting to do that. I was hoping to do it with Clefable, but okay.
No way. Not in this town.
Zubat,
banish Zubat, please?
Zubat, I think we should banish as well.
Yeah, I never want to encounter Zubat ever again.
Just because it appears in caves so often.
I'm
Xeon?
happy they weren't in Sword and Shield. I'm happy they cut them.
This is completely Zubat's fault, too. Yeah, banish it.
2 banishings in a row. Golbat, though, I actually really like Golbat's design. I think it's just kind of ludicrous with this great big mouth. And I'm pretty sure my partner Sasha named her Golbat in one of the Pokemon games after me. Because of my massive gob, apparently. So I reckon...
Yeah, I feel like Zubat, I don't like them because they appear all the time.
Yeah.
Golbat, I have nothing against you. You're nice. You're not obtrusive all the time.
Yeah, C or B, I reckon.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think Golbat's always been a little weird to me, but it's not to discredit it. Pokemon can be weird. That's fine.
C it is. Oddish. I quite like Oddish. Not like massively, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, it's just kind of like a little turnip with legs. But I feel like it lives up to its odd name, though.
Yeah, I think C would be fine, too.
C it is, but Gloom.
What's Gloom doing? Does anybody know? Is it just like
it's drooling,
losing its mind? Does it poison itself so much? It's just not used to the evolution of its new poisons abilities that it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I like Gloom, I think, as much as I like Oddish for different reasons. But I think I like Gloom as much as I like Oddish.
Okay, I was prepared to argue. I thought you guys were going to argue that it's better than Oddish, and I was prepared to say no to that. But if we're arguing on the same level, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Cool. What about Vileplume, though?
I think they're an enhancement. They're quite majestic.
I like Vileplume. I like the flowers like that, sort of that flower that smells of rotting flesh. I don't know what it's called. I reckon B.
I'm fine with B.
I'm good with B too.
B!
Good.
Paras is an S tier, obviously, so we don't need to worry about that.
Obviously why, Alex?
I just love Paras. I like crustaceans, I like arthropods. And the fact that he just runs around, he carries these little mushrooms around. He's just like, this little creature that likes farming mushrooms. And I just think that's adorable.
I've never looked at Paras and thought you're an S tier Pokemon. It's fine. I feel nothing towards this Pokemon. Xeon, what do you feel?
I feel the same way. That was a very good explanation of your opinions.
Well, I will happily drop Paras down 1 tier because it's got a crap type sense. Like, it's so weak to so many different types, which is a shame because I like bug and I like grass, and probably another reason I like
we
Paras.
met you pretty close with Clefairy and Clefable to your desires. So I think we should drop. I feel like we should drop him down to C or a B. Because I would probably put him. I'd probably put him in D. I think he's fine. Sure, he's a little cutie, but those mushrooms are going to get the best of him eventually. He doesn't know it now, but
spoilers.
He's going to lose his mind.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. B. I mean, I'm not happy about it, but we'll put it in B.
All right. I think B is still a good grade.
Parasect. I like Parasect as well.
Especially when you learn the backstory.
Oh yeah, its mind has been taken. It's the mushroom. The mushroom is the Pokemon now.
Yeah.
I think that's badass.
I think B would be fine. It's a pretty unique Pokemon, and it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like if you encounter one of those in the wild, no thanks. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I would probably say B. What about you guys?
Yeah, cool lore. Yeah, I feel like B's fair though. I don't feel too strongly behind it. I just think it's kind of a cool design.
All right then, B. Blimey, I've been doing some conceding. Venonat.
B for Blimey.
B for Blimey.
I used the Master Ball on Venonat.
Why?
I caught all the other legendaries with just regular Pokeballs and Ultra Balls. So I had a Master Ball just lying around. I thought, well, this is one of the last Pokemon I need. May as well catch it in a Master Ball.
I hope like a
Now,
bug
that's a
hunter
story.
was just staring at you down the road, in game, and just crying. Just why?
Because they couldn't catch a Venonat. The trainers in game are terrible.
Yeah.
I think Venonat's D.
Where did you place it, John? I think Venonat's kind of cool. I would probably say a C, but D is fine with me.
Yeah, I think I might go. I think I'd go C as well.
Okay, we'll go with C. But what about Venom Moth? I actually really like Venom Moth.
Me too. Me too, Alex.
Yeah, it reminds me a bit of Butterfree. So
It's like the better Butterfree.
yeah, I don't know if it's better than Butterfree, but I like it a lot.
I really like moths a lot in
Me
real
too.
life. Like they kind of terrify me though. You know, like when you see one, like a big one in person, like I still squirm, but but I like the idea of them a lot. So I would probably say B.
I'm happy to go with B, and that means it's time for Alex to reformat the screen because it's just stretched. Diglett. I love Diglett. I think he's A.
Yeah, I can see him in A.
Diglett's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay,
He's in A. That's nice and easy,
Yeah,
isn't
this
it?
might-
if you can't
this
tell,
might change things,
we've
though.
realised how long we've taken to get to this point, and we've thought we have to crack on. So, Dugtrio. It's like a slightly worse Diglett.
The thing is, I can't say that he's also A because he has just 3 Diglets.
Yeah. I'd say
And you
B.
can't even talk about the I think C or B is fine. Yeah. I'm really tripping on my words right now. I would probably say C in the end, but if you guys think B is where he should be, that's fine too.
B is where he should be. There are no B Pokemon in Gen 1. Fun fact. Well, fact. Meowth.
Meowth is almost like
That's right. I can't do the voice. I really can't.
I don't even think Meowth is like an iconic Pokemon necessarily. Like that's not why I like it. I just think like the coin and that it's this like little greedy cat, and it's always it's in its sprite here. It's taking care of itself, and it's just I don't know. I think it's a cool Pokemon.
Yeah,
I would probably
and
put him in like A.
The sprite, I've just realised, is a reference to the Lucky Cat statues you get.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's Meowth's a hard one because I don't think the Pokemon itself is iconic. It's the personality in the anime that's iconic, which is very different to just a wild Meowth.
But that's still part of it, and I think I really like Meowth just generally. Also, I know we're not including Gigantamax in this, but just taking it into consideration, Gigantamax Meowth is pretty damn fantastic. See?
I'll let you guys decide on this one. I'm not entirely sure about Meowth.
I would say B. I would be happy with B.
I'm happy with B as well because it means I don't have to format as quickly. Persian, it's a cat. It's a cat, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think going from Meowth to Persian, I think there were so many other things they could have done. I think Persian is cool. It's kind of like a big panther thing, but I don't know. I was kind of bored, a little bummed when I saw that evolution. I would say maybe like a D. I think definitely needs work is very accurate in my opinion for Persian.
Yeah, I'd say D. You happy with that, John?
Sure, yeah. If Persian wasn't Giovanni's like right-hand Pokemon, then I wouldn't think much about it at all.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah.
What about Psyduck, though?
I like Psyduck.
I like Psyduck. It's like a
my
B.
cousin, my cousin Sarah, she when I was a kid, you know, like kids just go crazy about things. I learned that my cousin Sarah, her favorite Pokemon was Psyduck. So every time I got a new Psyduck card or I saw a toy at the store, I like had to get it for her. And I don't even think she liked Pokemon that much, but it was like a way that I could connect with her.
That's
and,
adorable.
I'm so glad I dropped that when Detective Pikachu came out, because man, she would have so much merch by now.
But where do we reckon? That's the big question.
Maybe a B for Psyduck.
I'm happy with a B.
I'm so sorry, Sarah, but I did not like Psyduck growing up. I just, I would be as fine with me.
The plot thickens.
Yeah.
Are you? What about? I'm sorry. Did I hear you say B?
Yeah, B is cool. B is fine with me.
Super duper. Golduck.
I think less of Golduck.
I think slightly more of Golduck. I think it's a very
I like
underrated
Golduck has
Pokemon.
Hyper Beam, right? I think that's a pretty big upgrade. But I don't know.
But where do you reckon?
It's strange.
But where does Golduck go?
What do you think, Xeon?
Where did you guys do you guys feel B? I think C or a B would be fine.
Yeah,
I'm not impressed, but
I feel he's a lesser Psyduck to me. He's very different, of course, but I just don't feel an attachment to Golduck.
Yeah, I mean, I really
Yeah,
like Golduck, but I'm happy to concede to a C because I think it's just personal preference and, majority rules. Mankey, on the other hand, he's a little monkey.
When we talk about how Pokemon, the latest ones, are so unimaginative, look at Mankey. They literally changed the letter of O in monkey and just made it Mankey.
Yeah, to be fair, it's like Mankey Kong.
it's so funny. There's just like people just ignore the fact that the original Pokemon did like such simple things like that. You're absolutely right, because like Klefki is an interesting Pokemon. It is just a set of keys, but yes, we have things like Mankey.
But where does he go?
I never liked Mankey.
You've never liked
I'm just
him?
gonna say that. Never liked Mankey. You do with that what you will.
I've always quite liked him.
I like the evolution. I feel like Mankey is just a dull Pokemon that gets to there.
Well, okay, you guys, where do you think he should go? One of you's going to have to speak first.
Maybe like a... I think a C. I think C would be fine. They could have done a little more with him, I think.
Sure. They're fun in the anime, I guess, so I'll say C.
Okay.
And his sprite's kind of fun. Like, I like his little curved arms like that. That's nice.
It looks like he's got massive ears.
It does, yeah.
Okay, well that means it's time for Alex to change the format again. Because this tier list is huge. Primeape.
And improvements.
I'd say B for Primeape, honestly. I really like him. I like the fact he's got natural boxing gloves. That raises so many questions. What are they full of? Are they just thick leather hide? Are they full of pus? We'll never know.
Primeape has ambitions, clearly. Mankey is just a monkey. Primeape, he's clearly a fighter. I like him much more.
B?
Isn't it funny how if you put Band-Aids on something, it just kind of becomes cooler?
Like Sonic in Sonic Boom!
Exactly, that's the thought. B for bandage. That sounds good to me.
Does it have bandages? I don't think it does.
Doesn't it have it like one on its like eyebrow or something?
That's a vein.
Is that really what
It's like an anger symbol. You watch the anime, you should know this.
Well, yeah, but I mean I don't have... Oh no, you're right. See, in the sprite here, it looks like he has Band-Aids.
No, he's just angry.
I'm sure he needs them every now and then if he stubs his toe or something.
Yeah, on his forehead.
Yeah.
He could use a Band-Aid on his forehead to cover up that big old whatever you said it was.
I think it's a vein. But what about Growlithe?
Oh, yeah.
Growlithe.
I would cuddle Growlithe at the earliest opportunity.
Yeah, I would as well. I reckon
even with the risk that you might get burned to a crisp.
Yeah, I'd say B.
More so. Yeah, B.
What do you mean more so? What? John, speak to us at the end of the video. Arcanine, though. A bigger, bolder, maybe better Growlithe. We'll have to decide.
I like Arcanine a lot. I would probably put Arcanine in the A tier, but there's just, I mean, it's a big, fluffy, furry dog. Like a huge dog. It's like Clifford, the big red dog, but in Pokemon form.
Clifford, the big red, orange Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly.
The next Arcanine I get, I'm going to call Clifford.
I think A tier is fair for this one.
Yeah, to put in B like a fool. But what about Poliwag?
I don't feel much for this line. I don't know about you guys.
I like Poliwag. I like Poliwag. Not like massively, but I like Poliwag. I'd say C for Poliwag.
Yeah, I think that's fine with me. I think a C. Yeah, I mean, B is.
Would you say
I
it's
like
on par with
whole-
Growlithe?
No.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
Yeah. John, are you happy with C?
I'm happy with C, but I think it goes lower from here on.
Poliwhirl. Yeah, I think it's D. It's okay,
Yeah.
but it
The whole
definitely
line looks
needs
very
work.
similar to one another. I just feel like they get a bit more dull as they go on.
Yeah, a little bit.
I do like the idea that it like toughened up, you know, and it's like it's out on the streets now. It's ready to beat up all those people that were stealing its lunch money when it was a kid, you know, and then it just gets lazy after this.
What you mean with Poliwrath? Where it's the same thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the same thing, but angry
What do you mean?
and
It knows-
karate.
It knows,
and
it knows kung fu now.
the
I
spiral
think you
goes
should
in
put
the
it
opposite
on a tier
direction.
lesser, honestly, because it's just so similar. It's just kind of derivative.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you're
mean,
right.
I
That's a good point.
I wouldn't say it was terrible though.
But I think for the fact that it was considered an evolution, I almost think would be arable, if just for the laziness factor.
Okay, we'll go with terrible. Are you happy with that, John?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Abra, my
I love
boy.
this line. Okay, Abra is a great Pokemon.
I like Abra. I think B.
Yeah. Abra
Yeah,
is a
I think-
Pokemon you get attached to because you can't really fight with them, but you have to use them for a while just to grind them up, and they're just cool. They're a nice
Yeah,
Pokemon.
I like Abra a lot. Xeon?
B sounds good to me too. Was Abra one of the Pokemon that you could get from the game center or from the whatever it was called back in the day?
I think it might have been, yeah. I'm not 100%
Maybe, yeah.
sure about that, but it sounds about right.
I remember just never being able to catch one, ever.
Oh, yeah. pain in the ass. But what about Kadabra?
Oh, I love Kadabra. I never traded my Kadabra for the longest time, so I got my Kadabra up to level 100 before I even saw Alakazam. So I feel like I might be a bit biased here.
I think I like Kadabra more than Alakazam.
Me
I think I do too.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I feel like this is one of my favorite Pokemon, actually.
Oh, is it going into S tier?
I wouldn't argue that. Sure.
Xeon casting vote?
I wouldn't either. It's pretty unique. Yeah.
S tier.
That's cool with me.
Uri Geller can't touch this. Alakazam. I still really like Alakazam, but I think only on par with Abra for different reasons, but I'd say B.
I'm fine with B.
Yeah, I think B is cool too. It's always unfortunate when you have that middle stage that looks cooler than the final evolution. But in your case, John, you don't even have to
I want
evolve
to
it.
make like a Pokemon League where you can only have Pokemon that still have to evolve. I think that'd be great.
Alakazam's gimmick is, I have
Alakazam?
2 spoons now, which, lame.
Right. And my mustache.
Alakazam.
Oh, that was a stumble.
Machop. Or Machop, whichever way you want to pronounce it.
All I have to say is look at that sprite.
I don't care for Machop much, to be honest.
No, not
Although it does go.
I feel little for this one.
Yeah, D.
Yeah, same here. That's fine.
I'm fine with D.
I didn't know you were such a Pokemon soundboard, by the way, Alex. We need to utilize this more often.
There's only a few that I can remember. I can't remember all of them. I'm afraid to say I can't remember all the Pokemon's cries.
Well,
Machoke, though, I like Machoke. It's like what Machop should have been.
Yeah. I look at Machop and I want to shake it and say, what on earth are you? I look at Machoke and I say, hey, that's a distinguished Pokemon right there.
Yeah.
And that Pokemon isn't gonna shake. Or that Pokemon is gonna shake you. You're not gonna be able to shake it.
I'm happy with C, maybe B.
Yeah, I think C's fine too. It's nothing special. Yeah.
Okay, and now it's time for a cough break. And we're back. Time for the big boy, Machamp. I really like Machamp. Just the fact that you evolved this Machoke in it. It looks cool. And you know, it's better than what you had before, but then you evolve it again and it's got 4 arms. It's like I'm living in Mortal Kombat. I think Machamp is an S for me, honestly.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I don't feel much from Machamp, but I was gonna side with your praise until you said S. So Xeon, you take it. You take it from here.
When I was a kid, have I told you guys about the story about how, I mean, many kids probably did this, where they saw the commercial for the original Pokemon trading card game, and they saw Charizard, and then they went to the store, and they convinced their parents to let them get the starter deck, and then the foil card inside of the deck was not Charizard, it was Machamp. And I was so mad, and for that alone,
this isn't gonna go well, is it?
But I do agree. I think it's a pretty unique design. Getting another set of arms is a great upgrade. I think anyone would love, maybe not forever, but would like to have another set of arms just to see what it's like. And so I think A would be fine with me.
Would you?
It's a cool.
Would you be happy with A, John?
I'm happy with A. I feel like it's a good design. I just don't feel it's S.
Bellsprout, S? I'm not being serious.
I do like Bellsprout. I do like Bellsprout. I don't think I would say... I don't have that kind of affinity for it, but I think a C or a B would be fine with me.
I'd be happy with C for Bellsprout. I think it slightly irritates me how thin it is, but, you know, maybe I'm just jealous.
Bellsprout.
I don't know what its cry is in the games.
What do you think about
Bellsprout? But hang on, I'm going to find out. Oh yeah, no, I remember Bellsprout's cry. I can do that. Brrr.
Even the cry feels weak. I look at this Pokemon, I feel like I can crush it with my bare hands.
Where would you put it then, John?
You probably could.
I feel like this is a D Pokemon.
I think I'm going to have to say D as well. Sorry,
you could rip it
Xeon.
apart. You could just take its leaves off so easily. You can't fight.
But what about Weepinbell? I like Weepinbell. I say Weepinbell's a C.
I was about to banish it.
What?
Oh, wow. I was going to say, I feel like Weepinbell is the definitive in this line, actually.
Crumbs,
I think it just scares me.
Well, I mean, C? C?
Well, Xeon wants to kill it, though.
Yeah, but Xeon,
I want to erase its existence. I don't want to kill it.
Killing's not enough.
I don't want to make it feel pain. I want to make it feel nothing.
If Xeon feels strongly against this one, I'm not going to argue against it.
Okay, I'm.
We don't have to banish it. I mean, you know, I don't want to overrule you guys.
No, I couldn't banish Weepinbell, but I could put it in Arable.
Okay.
I mean, what do you guys like? I feel similarly about Victreebel, so I'll let you guys take the lead on that one, and you can tell me what you like about both of these, or one or the other.
I really, really, really like Victreebel. It's one of the more useful grass Pokemon in the original games. I love the design based around the sort of the pitcher plant. It looks angry. It looks like Weepinbell got out of bed the wrong side and just went with it. I love it.
It's definitely a cool concept. I don't know. It's never been a favorite of mine, but I'm not going to talk you down if you
But
like
I love it so much.
I think part of it for me is that it doesn't have... Like, does Victreebel have legs? I forget.
No.
Or does it just sit on its body? Like,
it floats.
Oh, okay. It floats.
It's
okay,
magic.
right. Pokemon logic. I forgot.
I don't like floating
Can I say B? Can I throw out a B and have it accepted?
I won't argue with that. If a Pokemon floats and doesn't have wings or some kind of magical properties, I'm not a fan of that. But I will allow you to have them in B, though.
Yeah, I think that's fine with me too. I don't feel as strongly as I do about Weepinbell.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. We're over an hour now, so let's pick up the pace. That won't be an hour in the final video though, because we had some downtime. But Tentacool. I think Tentacool's pretty cool. I reckon it's a C.
I think his name's trying a bit too hard. If cool's in your name, are you really cool?
Maybe.
I mean, that's not... I don't know if he named himself, though.
Yeah, that's a good point, you know. I mean, did you pick the name John?
Yeah. I just came on out and said, hey, fellas. Hey, John from Nintendo Life here.
Hey, yeah, everyone. Yeah.
You weren't just like born, Alex, you just appeared one day.
John, or Alex, you came out and said, hello there, lovely people. And your parents went, he's so sweet. And then you went, Don't you dare say that ever again.
I did admittedly, when I was very, very young, I had curly blonde hair, like proper curls. I was an absolute sight to behold. I was so cute. Apparently I was a pain in the arse though. But where does that information leave Tentacool?
I think I would put... Oh, go ahead.
I think C for Tentacool.
C for Tentacool.
C, because he's so cool.
But Tentacruel? I
Do you remember
really
the anime
like
intro
Tentacruel's
where
design.
these giant tentacles destroying a city like Sonic Adventure?
Yeah.
That was badass, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I think B at the very least.
Yeah, just for that.
I think B is pretty cool. Yeah, B's
No,
good with me.
no, Xeon. It's not pretty cool. It's pretty cruel.
I knew it. The moment I said that, I knew something was coming to bite me.
The sprite for this Pokemon, the upcoming one.
Dude.
I always found this sprite hilarious. It's like
Awful,
a big
isn't
bulging
it?
brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were going with this sprite, but Geodude otherwise looks pretty cool. I think Geodude's a C.
He floats. He's just a floating rock. You don't have psychic powers, Geodude. How are you floating?
How do you know that, John? Maybe they're just low-level psychic.
God.
Did you think of that?
I feel like he should have some kind of arm. He's just a big floating boulder. How do you explain this?
It's Pokemon? I mean, the fact that it's a sentient boulder to begin with, John.
He's just a boulder. He's just a boulder with arms. He doesn't... nothing makes sense about this Pokemon.
Well, I'm not banishing him, but I'll drop him down to D.
I'm fine with D.
Xeon?
I think D is fine too. He's kind of a little weirdo. I mean, he looks like he's fun. He's having fun at least in the original sprite, but
Yeah, there's something really weird going on with one of his arms, but you know, apart from that, Graveler, the better Geodude.
He makes more sense. I can respect that he has legs.
Can I get that on a t-shirt, John? I can respect he has legs.
John Cartwright.
C?
Yeah, I'm fine with C.
C for Graveler. Xeon?
C's all right with me. C's okay.
Golem?
I think Golem's so cool. This might also be tracing back to more Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time and thinking about Gorons. I don't know, but I always thought Golem was neat. Like, especially his card art for the original Fossil set, I believe is what he came out of. He's like falling down a hill with like a giant, like there's like a volcano erupting in the background or something. He just looks badass too. And I mean, he kind of looks like a creeper in this sprite. Like he's got a duck mouth almost, but I like him. I would probably put him in B, but
Okay.
John?
I was
That's
worried
just
your
me.
praise was going to go higher than that, because I feel like B is good, but it's kind of the ceiling for,
I
for
did
this
kind
one.
of freak out about him, and then I just said I'd put him in B.
I'm happy with B. Are you happy with B, John?
I'm happy with that.
Ponyta. Not my favourite, not gonna lie. It's okay.
Yeah.
I reckon
this
C.
is another one where the evolution is just so much grander.
Yeah. Xeon, any thoughts?
Yeah, I think C is fine. I don't think Ponyta is bad by any means, but yeah, it's just a little basic.
Yeah, a little basic. Rapidash, though. I like Rapidash.
Oh, man.
Not like
Riding
Mega.
this one around in Pokemon Let's Go, like that's one of my favorite Pokemon just to sea canter on. It just feels good. Just feels good to ride Rapidash around.
Xeon?
I'm good with high praises. I didn't have much experience with Rapidash growing up, or even just in recent years, but I do still really like its design a lot. Yeah, I'd probably put B, maybe even A if you guys are really stoked about it, but
I mean,
Yeah,
I
wouldn't
could
be-
do B or A. John, deciding vote.
You know what? Let's put them in A.
Whoa, it's time for Alex to reformat again.
make it bigger.
Well, no, I have to make it
my
smaller.
monsters grow.
I have to make it smaller. That's the whole
Oh,
thing.
You're right.
Xeon, you
that's true.
fool.
But on my screen, it's bigger.
Slowpoke. I really like Slowpoke.
I like Slowpoke too. It's not a Pokemon I would use, but I still like their design a lot.
I reckon C for Slowpoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think C's fine.
C's fine. Slowbro, though. I like Slowbro. I reckon B.
Slowpoke is so similar to Slowpoke in its design. It's just kind of a bit bigger with a shell on. But I like how it evolves though, especially in the anime at least, where it just kind of puts its tail in the water and then gets bitten by a shelter. I like that.
And in Pokemon Snap, don't forget that.
And in Pokemon Snap, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I reckon B.
Yeah.
I reckon B.
Sure.
Yeah.
B it is.
I can live with that.
Magnemite. I love Magnemite. I think he's adorable. He's so
feel
tiny.
like if Magnemite were a Gen 8 Pokemon, everyone would say this is the most unimaginative little thing. It's just a floating magnet. I don't know. What do you think, Xeon?
I don't have any attachment to Magnemite, but if Alex really likes it, I don't think it's a bad design. But you do bring up the good point, John, though, that people would say that it's lazy nowadays.
Yeah,
I feel like if we
would.
put Magnemite, if Magnemite's going to be put quite high, I feel like Magneton has to be put lower.
I do agree with that.
Okay, well, I tell you what. Why don't we come to a compromise? We'll put Magnemite in A and Magneton in C.
I think you're going to say S for a moment.
Don't even start.
Are we down with that?
I feel like we pushed Alex down quite a few times already.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put them in A myself, but we've already put you down a lot, so if you want to put them in A, you can put them in A.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Magneton
A for Alex.
in S. There we go.
Alex just moves on super quick, too.
My soul just exited my body.
Okay, a deal's a deal. Magneton goes in C. Farfetch'd. Original Farfetch'd, remember? Original Farfetch'd.
Farfetch'd is a great little weirdo. This Pokemon looks like it should evolve, but it never does, and it's just this weird anomaly, and I love it for that.
Yeah, I like Farfetch'd a lot. I'd say maybe B.
I'm good with B.
I would almost say A. I think Farfetch'd design is pretty cool, especially for a Pokemon that doesn't evolve. But I mean, we don't want to crowd A up either.
You know what, Xeon? I think you're right. I'm gonna say A as well. Are you happy with that, John?
I'm good with A.
A it is.
Nice.
It also goes. I think it has the same cry as Fearow, so there's no point in me repeating it. I'm probably wrong about that now, and everyone's gonna go into the comments and say ah. But I'm going with it. Dodrio.
What do you guys think?
Dodrio's okay. I love the fact it can learn fly, and they actually they made a point of it in Pokemon Stadium. How it flies, it literally just like treads water in the air.
I like.
Does it really?
I think that alone puts it in C.
Yeah, all right.
Xeon?
Yeah, that's fine with me. I've never had any care for either of these two Pokemon that we're about to talk about, but yeah, I think C's fine.
Dodrio? I think it's about the same, for different reasons.
Yeah, I can't argue that it's superior. It's the same Pokemon, a bit bigger, with another head.
It does indeed have another head.
This is super quick, but there was this little kid that I'm not going to say his name or anything just to be kind and stuff, but when I did Pokemon League, and he used to pronounce both Doduo and Dodrio with a lisp, and so he would always say Doduo and Doduio, and it was the most precious thing on the planet. And so if there's a chance he could be watching this right now, and if he is, hello.
That is very cute, although it's technically not a lisp.
That's... I was trying to be correct about it, and here I was wrong.
It's all the same.
Yeah, it's just there may well be a term for it that I'm not aware of, but no, a lisp is specifically on sibilant sounds.
Okay. Well, still,
my degree's good for
Thank
something.
you.
I promise you. Seal.
Seal is a seal. We talk about lazy Pokemon designs every now and then. They didn't even try to disguise this one.
No. Let's seal the deal and put it in arable.
Sticking out. It does kind of look like it just went and talked behind your back and now is like making fun of you with its friends.
Yeah.
Hey, dummy.
The doy.
Yeah, I think arable is fine.
Dugong is definitely better.
Yeah, this is actually a Pokemon. This isn't just an animal they found.
Well,
in the
no, it
water
is.
somewhere.
It's literally a dugong.
I don't think I even knew what that was.
John, to Google!
Yo, what is a dugong? Yeah, I thought it
It's-
was just like a weird sound.
Dugong. That's a dugong. It's what sailors used to think.
Oh my gosh, this is terrifying.
It's what people like pirates and well, not pirates, but like sailors and stuff used to think were mermaids.
Weird.
Well-
It kind of looks like a manatee a bit. Weird.
Yeah, I think less
Yeah.
of this Pokemon now, but I still feel like there is a big,
It's definitely
a big
better than
difference
Seal.
between the actual Pokemon and this.
Yeah.
But what about when you hear how it was pronounced in the American TV show, or how it said its name? It would go dugong, gong, gong, gong.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
I don't, but it was weird and it stuck in our brains.
It's clearly not stuck in my brain, apparently.
Good.
I don't
good.
remember that at all. Are we happy with D?
Yeah, I'm fine with D.
Grimer.
God, it's I don't know.
I like Grimer. I like it
I
so
don't
much I'm going to
know.
put it in
It's just
C.
sludge with a
That was
mouth.
so funny.
But
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think C's okay. I would never have it on my team, but
I'm fine with C. C's okay.
C's good, okay. Muck, the better Grimer. I know the design is really simple, but I think the fact that they've done the eyes the way they have and the mouth, it's like a good 60% of the body, but it's still got these great big globby arms. I know the design is simple, but I think it is extremely effective. I genuinely want to put him in A.
I think the sprite work is one of the best displays of
Yeah.
Muck I've ever seen as
Sure.
well. Like, it makes him look like this big menacing wave.
Yeah.
And like, you know, if that was, because there's so many interpretations where we get where he still just looks like a pile of sludge, and this gives him life. And I kind of like that. I would say A is fine. He is just kind. Yeah.
Okay.
John, any
A's
thoughts?
good. No, that's fine. I'm all right with that.
I'm down with that. Shelder. Lovely little Shelder. I like Shelder. Not loads, but I like Shelder.
Not
See?
loads
I think
is
he's
the
okay.
description of Shelder. Like, it's okay. It's the okay Pokemon. It's a shell with a tongue that pokes out.
And he goes, "Brrrr." I think I've done that one. I think it's the same as Fearows.
Yeah, I think it was.
They repeat a lot in the
and
first.
Bellsprout.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually, it might just be brrrr or something. I can't remember. C.
What do you think,
We're happy
Xeon?
with C.
I think C's fine. Yeah.
Cool. Cloister. I really like Cloister.
Me too.
Better than
Me
Shelder
too.
for sure.
A.
He looks so
Menacing.
Yeah, he does. Like he has like a bit of edge to him. Like he is very. I don't want to use the word sentient, but like he thinks very human. Like he has a personality, and I like him.
It's
I like him.
Sonic the
Okay.
Hedge Clam.
Yeah, he's good for that one then.
A. Good. Ghastly. I really like Ghastly as well.
Yeah, this line I feel like was more. I appreciated more when it first came out because we've had lots of ghost
Yeah.
Pokemon now, but these were kind of what it was back then. And there's this big mystery about ghosts when you go to Lavender Town, and then you finally get the Sylph Scope and you see these ghost Pokemon. And it's like, whoa, there's actually ghosts in this game. So I feel if we're judging it against the rest of the series, then maybe these are a bit more generic in some places. But I still think there's quite a lot of iconic mannerisms about this line.
I mean, I think Ghastly is probably the weakest of all of them.
Yeah.
So I'd say maybe C.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
C is fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
C.
I'm cool with that too. You guys put it well.
Haunter.
Haunter's a good design.
Haunter, I think, is one of the best ghost designs we've ever seen. Again, it's simple but effective. It floats, but there's a reason, John.
I'm okay with this one floating.
I honestly
Yeah,
think
those big
Haunter's an
hands
A.
too are really
I really
scary.
do. I think Haunter's better than Gengar in so many ways.
What do you think about that, Xeon?
I think especially if we're, I know we're not just comparing the sprite work here, but if we do, Haunter is really cool. And like, yeah, I would, if you woke up and saw this, in the middle of the night in your bed.
Oh, I'd wee myself.
You're dead. You're done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll pee yourself, you'll throw up, you'll pass out, and then you'll die.
Gengar is less intimidating. By far.
A lot less intimidating, yeah. I mean, Mega Gengar, maybe, but we're not really taking that necessarily into account. But where do we think he'd go, Mr. Gengi?
I feel like B tier for Gengar.
Yeah, I'd go with B for Gengar.
Yeah, I don't think we could go less than B. I always have thought of Gengar as more of like a prankster, and I think that's because of the TV show as well. So he's never been scary to me, but I still like his design quite a bit.
Onyx.
Onyx, I think the way that you battle them early on, they're this giant Pokemon that sort of dwarf all the early ones. So there's a great intimidation factor there. But then I look at it, and it is just a bunch of rocks put together like a big snake.
Yeah, but, sort of simplicity doesn't inherently mean under-designed. If anything, it can mean restricted. It's simple. It's elegant. I mean, I don't think anyone could ever describe Onyx as elegant. But, yeah, I'd say B?
Yeah, I don't think too highly, but it is still a cool design.
Yeah, I think if Onyx didn't have the height that it does, I think it would be a much lower grade for me. If it was just a little rock snake or something. But I think its sheer size puts it high enough for me. I'd probably say B as well, I think.
Okay, it's time for Alex to reformat again. This is going to be so small and difficult to see on mobile. Hypno. What's the point in it, really?
That one's drowsy, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, drowsy.
Oh, yeah,
My
you're
word,
right.
I actually got one wrong. Drowsy. Even so,
Oh,
what's the point in it?
Yeah, I don't like drowsy.
Yeah, I think Arable sounds fine with me.
Arable,
ET.
yeah. Hypno, though, I actually... Still not amazing, but I actually quite like it.
Yeah, maybe just one up, just
Yeah.
in B tier.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
I think he's kind of a weirdo.
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely scary. He should. He is weird.
Oh,
but,
yeah. I'm pretty sure its
He's no
cry goes...
Kadabra. Yeah.
That was so good. That I can see it if I close my eyes.
It's like
and
you're
you did
in
that.
the room with a Hypno.
Yeah.
But what about Krabby?
Freaking Krabby. So we've got Seal, and now we have Krabby.
To be fair, I've got a bit of a soft spot for Krabby. In a weird way. I don't know why. Again, it's the crustacean thing. I like crustaceans.
I think Krabby's
think
kind of fun, but
I can argue that the evolution can go higher. I feel like Krabby in Krabby's state, I feel like it's got to be quite low.
Maybe a D?
Yeah, I can go for D.
Okay. You happy with that, Xeon?
yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's okay.
Kingler then's going in B! I love Kingler.
I'm okay with that.
I love its massive,
That works for me.
massive claws. They just, "Roar, I'm a big crab. Roar." There's something very satisfying about that. Voltorb.
The one thing I like about Voltorb is when you're in the power plant and you see an item, and because items are just Pokeballs, you go to pick it up and it goes into an encounter. I think that's cool. I don't know if that justifies everything about the Pokemon, though.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was why they created it as well. Like I would love to hear the history behind Voltorb in particular.
The history behind Voltorb.
Yeah, not a whole video, not a whole feature, but just that would be if we ever had the chance to ask that question.
I don't think it's great, though. I think maybe D.
Okay, if we can go D for this, can we banish its evolution?
Oh, yeah, we can banish Electro, because it's just like,
Okay.
hey, it's the same, but upside down. You happy with that, Xeon?
Yeah, Electro does have like a little bit of sass to it. Like it's like, yeah, so what? I'm not a Pokeball. I'm still gonna blow you up though.
But the thing is, if you were to see that on the ground, you go, well, that's not a Pokeball, because it's the wrong way up, and it's got a face.
And aren't they huge also?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are massive. They are good in Smash, though. I will give them that, but it's not enough to get them out of Banish, because there are plenty of other explosive items, and we are really running out of room here. Like, I don't think we can put anything else in C.
Yeah, this is getting tough.
Oh god, it's getting tough. But it's just as well, because Execute's going to be banished.
Yeah, I was about to say the exact same thing. If you don't banish this one,
pointless.
then I'm going to banish you guys.
Xeon, are you happy with it being banished?
I don't understand it. It's you can
One
get
of
rid
them
of
is
that
cracked.
just fine.
What does that imply? Is that part
Many
of
of
it
them are
dead?
cracked. One of them's got its head like partly off, and I'm fairly sure that one doesn't have a face. Or does it?
What are you? What? This is what I want to shake and just say. What are you? Because I don't understand.
Yeah. And then, of course, it
Good luck
naturally,
holding all of
this
them.
pile of eggs naturally evolves into a palm tree with 3 faces.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not big on
That's
execute.
how eggs work.
Yeah.
If you weren't familiar, you take chicken eggs, you bury them into the ground, and then they turn into trees. That's what you're supposed to teach children.
Arable.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't like it, but I guess I don't hate it though.
It's not banishable because at least Alolan Executor even. I'm big on. I really like Alolan Executor.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
But we're not looking at those. We're looking at the originals. Xeon, arable.
Yeah, I think that's fine too. It's definitely a step up from Execute, but I don't know how much better.
Cubone, adorable little sod. I love Cubone.
Cubone's so good. I would almost put Cubone in A tier. Especially like the story behind Cubone as well. Like, I'm still not sure if that's fan made or not.
No.
Or how much of that I know is fan made, but
Oh, you mean the Kangaskhan theory?
yeah. I just
fan.
love. Yeah, I just love being able to dig into it, and it's such a cute Pokemon too. Yeah,
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 is good with me.
8 is good with me as well. Sasha will be happy. Marowak, I feel, is just a slightly lesser Cubone.
Yeah, I agree.
Not quite as interesting.
Marowak is one of those that I would, if I could just keep Cubone forever and have it be just as strong, I would.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, Tearmaker went funny for a second there. Hitmonlee!
I saw that. And I was like, "What is it? Me? Is it my internet? What's happening?"
Who is better between Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan?
Hitmonlee
Who
is
do you
like
prefer of
50
these two?
times better than Hitmonchan.
I think I agree with
So that must mean Alex chose Hitmonlee growing up. Did you guys also choose Hitmonlee?
I did, yeah.
Yeah? Who did you choose?
Well, bet you can tell now based on how I'm sounding.
You picked Hitmon top. Yeah. Honestly, I think Hitmonlee is A tier, honestly.
I think I agree
I always
with
thought
that.
he was kind of weird. I don't like his body too much, but I mean, I don't know. He kind of just looks like a big punching bag dummy, like the one that stands stationary. Obviously, he has legs and he doesn't work like that. But if you guys like him, I'm not gonna poo-poo on that.
Hell
I get
yeah.
weirded out by Pokemon that look like humans. I don't like that. And so Hitmonchan, I look at him and I think you kind of look like a guy, and that weirds me out.
Where
fair.
would you put him, John? Hitmonchan.
I don't want to make Xeon angry at me, but I'd put him in D tier.
I think I'd put him in
I mean,
D
he
tier
does-
as well.
He does have like Super Saiyan armor. Does that guys make you feel any better?
No.
He makes my skin crawl, Xeon.
I would have put, if this were my tier, I would have put him in probably A. But I can concede. That's okay.
Well, should we put him in C? Split the difference?
Can we do that? Is
I
that-
will.
know,
I think
that's-
I'll have to. Back in a moment.
Oh no.
Okay, we're getting there.
We managed it. We got him in. I've had to zoom out and reformat.
Hey, and
Oh,
Alex, aren't your screens, you're displaying in 4K too, right? So if you zoom in, should it be better? Is that
no,
how that
because
works?
I'm recording at 1080p for the lovely people.
Okay, all right. No worries. That makes sense.
Lickitung. I don't mind Lickitung.
It's a weird one, isn't it? I felt like its weirdness heightens it.
Yeah, I would say it's maybe a C.
Yeah, you can't mistake Lickitung for any other Pokemon.
No. Xeon?
And since you brought it up earlier too, I loved the mini game in Pokemon Stadium with
Oh, yeah,
Lickitung
The
as well, where
sushi one.
you ate all the food.
Oh, that,
yeah,
that was great. I reckon that brings him up to a B tier, actually.
yeah.
Okay.
I would say B.
Yeah.
He's a weirdo, but in a good way.
Coughing.
Oh
I don't
man.
know how I feel about coughing.
I'm not big on coughing. I'm not going to lie. It's not awful,
Yeah.
but I'd say D, maybe.
So your sprite for coughing, is it upside down or is that how he's supposed to be? Because I like him more upside down if that's
I think
the
I do
case.
too, but he's never represented that way in any other form, I don't think.
No, I think it was an
Yeah.
error or... Well, I don't know exactly what, but yeah, no, it is better that way. He looks more menacing rather than just sort of rotund.
Yeah, I agree. But I've also never had any attachment to coughing either.
D?
Makes me never want to smoke in my life.
Oh, God, yeah. D, though? D?
Yeah, D's good.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Super duper. Wheezing, on the other, I really like Wheezing. For some reason, I think the design is so much stronger. Like, I think maybe B for me.
They certainly had a trend of just putting more of the Pokemon on for their evolutions in Gen 1, didn't they?
They did, but this one, I think, makes the most sense. Because it's like, I think it's more sort of like splitting rather than 3 coughing coming together. It's 1 coughing that's, gone big and starting to split off. Kind of like, I don't want to say osmosis, that's not it, is it? The reproduction thing that cells do.
I can't remember.
It's not osmosis,
I know what
no.
you mean.
Because osmosis is when you absorb things through a semi-permeable membrane. What do we think, though? B?
I'll tap out of this one, because I don't really have any attachment to Wheezing. So, Xeon, what do you feel?
I don't really either, but I think it is definitely a much better design. And so I'll stick with B. I think that's a good spot.
Great. We've only got like a quarter to go.
I can see the end.
Rhyhorn. I don't mind Rhyhorn.
No, for a time, I went to the zoo, and I'd call rhinos Rhyhorns. So, they're kind of stuck in my memory, I guess.
Xeon?
That's good stuff. Yeah, I think C or a D is fine for me, or is where I would put him. I've never been a big fan, but...
Rhydon? I think Rhydon is a much stronger design, and I really, really dislike Rhyperior. I think Rhyperior made me like Rhydon more.
I believe Rhydon was one of the first Pokemon designed. It might even be the very first.
Yeah, I think
That
it might
sounds
have
right,
been, yeah. I think Rhydon's a B. It's just a solid looking Pokemon.
Yeah, it is good. I will say that Rhydon, Nidoqueen and Nidoking, and also Kangaskhan, they all look quite similar. They all have that same kind of vibe going on.
Yeah, they do a bit, don't they? But
is Rhydon where we get the substitute design as well? Is that kind of based on Rhydon? Or
yeah,
is
I think it is, yeah.
Nice.
So B? B.
Yeah, B's good.
B!
Chansey. I really like Chansey. Like, I don't
Chansey's
like...
an elusive one.
See, this,
you get them in the
this is
Safari
where you
Zone.
lost me.
I go ahead, Xeon. It sounded like you had something to say about my hypocrisy.
Oh no, I just this is, I don't understand how you don't like Clefable, but you like Chansey.
Because
it's it has it always carries around an egg. What are you doing with that thing? Is that yours? Did you steal it from someone? Is it going to turn into another Chansey with a I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I think it's just, I think it's going to an extreme that Clefable didn't quite reach, and I quite like that. It's kind of motherly. Okay. It's big, round. It's kind of cheerful. It's always happy. It's the happiness Pokemon. No, that's Happiny. But it becomes the happiness Pokemon. That's Happiny.
True.
I honestly think A tier.
Like,
honestly,
they're Nurse Joy's assistants, and I like that in the games you can't find them in the wild, just in the Safari Zone, which kind of implies that they are not a violent Pokemon, which is very true to the actual personality of them. I like that.
That's another good point. I'm gonna drop it in A tier unless Xeon has anything very strongly to say otherwise.
No, I won't fight that. Just like I apparently should not fight this Pokemon either.
Tangela. Tangela, what are you doing?
Tangela terrified me as a kid as well. I didn't want anything to do with that Pokemon.
It's the blue spaghetti Pokemon, and I think it's terrible, frankly.
It was one of the last Pokemon I encountered. I don't think... maybe I did. I don't think I encountered a trainer with them, and I found them in the wild, and they were one of the last 1 or 2 I needed in my Pokedex. But I don't think
it kind of looks like a
them,
Pokemon that shouldn't exist. Like, especially encountering it like that late in its life. It's like, is this an error? Is that real?
Yeah.
Sure, it doesn't evolve. It stays like this. Well, it doesn't evolve at this stage in later games, but for this is what it is forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Poor thing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Xeon?
Yeah, I think E is good.
Okay, let's pick up the pace. The finish line is in sight, and there's so many Pokemon. Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan's great, isn't it? I mean, come on. But where's it going to go?
They are great. I don't think it's better than Rhydon.
I know what you mean.
I love the fact that it carries around an extra Pokemon with it, like just right in its sack, just like it's a kangaroo, you know. And I think that's just a nice little thing that adds extra lore to the realm, and for that I would probably put it in B.
I can agree with B, and I think it's on par with Rhydon. You okay with that, John?
Sure. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Cool.
Yeah, me too.
Horsey.
Horsey the seahorse.
D.
Yeah. You're going in D, Horsey.
Yeah. I do like Horsey, but it doesn't do anything for the...
Yeah.
in comparison to the rest of the Pokemon on this list, yeah.
Seadra. I really like Seadra, actually. I think Seadra's
so cool.
B. It's almost like you don't even need Horsey. Seadra should just be a standalone Pokemon.
Uh-huh.
B?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Horsey's like the baby version.
Yeah. Goldeen. What a waste of a Pokemon.
When I looked at this sprite, I thought it was like a weird ice cream cone dripping because of its cone or its horn, and like it just looks like ice cream melting.
But where would you put this dripping ice cream on the list?
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Goldeen is a joke in Smash. It's the Pokemon that comes out when you get nothing.
That's a very good... Oh, should we banish it?
Let's banish it. You're nothing,
Banish
Goldeen.
it.
Sakurai thinks you're nothing.
Goldeen. Seeking. I've forgotten its name. Oh my god. That's never happened before. Seeking. It's pretty crap, isn't it?
Yeah, it's better than Goldeen. But
it's still just a fish
with a horn.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like, is Seeking supposed to be a mix of a goldfish and a koi almost, or is that?
I don't know.
I mean, it has a cool pattern, but I don't.
We can get through the
leave
Pokemon.
it in E.
I'm so
we can
tired.
leave it in E.
We're so close. Come on, let's keep going.
Staryu. It's not great, is it?
Staryu.
It's a starfish.
Literally a star. Okay. I don't like Staryu much. Misty, I respect that Misty likes Staryu. I don't respect Staryu, though.
Do you like Staryu, Xeon?
With Misty, yeah, but otherwise, I don't know. Staryu kind of has like a cool anime weapon feel, but it's not. It's a Pokemon.
D.
I think that's fine.
Okay.
Does that mean we're going to put Starmie in C? Because I think Starmie is better.
Starmie is better. I'm happy with C.
Starmie's a bit intimidating. Yeah.
Cool. That was nice and quick. Mr. Mime, banish it.
Yeah. He's the most human of all the Pokemon. I don't like him. Don't like you.
Yeah.
Any objections, Mr. Zedon?
Nope. That's the perfect place.
Scyther. I'm putting it all the way at the top.
Scyther is so cool. Yeah.
So cool.
I wouldn't disagree with S tier.
John?
I'm good with that.
It has swords for arms.
Yeah.
Well, that was easy. Jinx, banish it.
Yeah, banish Jinx.
Yeah. Sorry, Jinx.
I don't like
Just
Jinx.
kidding. I'm not sorry.
You're not sorry. Electabuzz. Electabuzz is all right. I'd say he's a C tier.
Yeah.
I don't think much. He's like a yellow version of the Grinch that shoots electricity.
I've never thought of that before.
Same. It just happened right now.
They win without Dragonites.
Though.
They win without... Can't think of anything else. Magmar, I think, is better.
Magmar's a butt face. His face is literally a butt.
It's fire, you fool.
It's a butt
And
face.
he does... Magmar does have a duck mouth too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Butt face and a duck mouth.
Well, I like Magmar. I'd put him in B. Where would you put him, Xeon?
Probably D.
John?
I'd say D as well.
Oh.
C? Do you want to put him in C?
Fine. No. Because I'm now gonna pull rank and say Pinsir is S.
Whoa, Pinsir is
the
S,
silencer.
I love Pinsir. I think I like Pinsir slightly more than I like Scyther.
This is your moment. Why do you like him? Because John and I, it sounds like we don't.
Because he's all horn, but it's not. That sounds terrible. He's all
horn, baby.
He's all horns, but it's like it's a Pinsir, and I know it's not the most original name, but he's got this huge powerful pair of pincers, which is kind of like mandibles, but they're not. It looks simultaneously. I tell you what, Pinsir looks kind of believable, real, because. It's sort of like, well, these things, they're mainly for intimidation, but then can be used to fight, but it's kind of awkward. It's a trade-off, and there's something natural about that, and something so appealing. Plus, he's one of the best bug-type Pokemon. He learns, Brick Break as a bug-type. I can't.
I suppose if you did see one of these, like, crawling on the ground and it stood up.
Oh.
Like, you were just like, oh, that's a big bug. And now it's on it's on 2 feet.
In the Pokemon Stadium 2 minigame, where you cut those logs with Cypher, there's a random chance you can get Pinsir. I mean, if I get Pinsir, I don't care how long we've been playing, I'm going to reset the entire system until I get Cypher. 'Cause I want to play as Cypher.
Do you want to take him out of S then?
I like Pinsir. I don't think he's S.
I would put him in. I think A's comfy for me.
Sure, A's comfy.
Okay, Tauros. It's a 3-tailed bull, and it's kind of rubbish.
I hate it.
D.
And I was told as a child not to use that word, as we all were, but I hate it.
D, it's done the thing again. There we go. D.
D.
Okay, it sounded like Xeon felt even lower than D for a moment there, but yeah, D's
No,
good.
I think, it's not banishable. It's just lazy.
Magikarp.
Magikarp's a great joke.
Goldeen is a bad joke. Magikarp's a good joke. I think Magikarp's a B.
I almost feel like this is the one time Magikarp could be an S tier because of just how ridiculous it is. I
don't think I could put him in S.
It does its job perfectly, and so that's fine.
To be fair,
we don't have to put him in S.
That is his purpose. And
right.
Maybe. What do you reckon, John?
Yeah, because I feel
Quickly,
like he just proves a
quickly!
point.
I've only got 70% battery left
He
on my
proves
camera.
a point. I think he's S. Yes.
Gyarados.
70%.
S. Gyarados is just an amazing design.
Sure.
I can't argue with that either, and especially going from Magikarp to Gyarados is such a feat. Yeah.
Lapras.
It's a good design.
I like Lapras.
I love Lapras too.
Ooh.
Like
A then? Would you say?
I would be happy with A, but John, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
absolutely.
it is. Ditto S tier. It can be any Pokemon.
Sure.
That's
good.
so weird.
Good reasoning.
And right now he's pulling some sick dance moves, and I think we should do a little dance as well. I'm dancing. Are you guys? Please dance.
I'm trying to dance like Ditto right now.
What am I doing with my life? I'm delirious. Eevee. I like Eevee, but I think it's slightly overrated.
Yeah, I feel like Eevee has the potential to be better, and we'll see that in a moment. But in its current state, I feel like Eevee's just a C.
Ooh. Xeon?
I think Eevee is a good B spot because it nails like that interesting ground between like, is it an animal or is it a Pokemon? And then it just, from here it goes crazy. Like you guys said.
I'm gonna side with Xeon and go with B because I think Eevee is at least very cute. Vaporeon.
I feel like Vaporeon
so
might be my
tough.
favorite of the three.
You know what? I think I might agree with that. I think it might be A tier.
Yeah. What do you think, Xeon?
I'm good with A. I love all of their designs, some more than others, but A's a good spot for Vaporeon. Yeah.
What about Jolteon? Jolteon's good, but not as good. I'd say B.
I agree.
Yeah, agreed.
Cool, that was easy. Flareon, pretty much the same.
Yeah.
See, I loved Flareon growing up. I will admit though, I think you guys are right. Vaporeon has a better design, but yeah, B sounds fine.
Cool. Oh, Porygon, my boy. I love Porygon so much. He's the only artificial Pokemon in the original 151. He's just this weird anomaly. He's kind of difficult to get. He can learn Tri-Attack, which is actually really good.
You get him from the Game Center, don't you?
You do, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can't catch him in Safari or anything either, right?
No,
you can
no.
only get him from.
I want to put him in A.
I'm good with
I would be good with that too.
I was expecting far more knockback. Omanyte. Omanyte's all right.
I love Ammonite. Yeah,
Ooh.
I don't, not A or S tier. But I really like Ammonite a lot.
I think B. I prefer this line to the other fossil.
Omastar. This guy.
I would say a C almost.
Yeah, he's not as good as Omanyte,
I don't
is
like
he?
the direction.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Kabuto. Probably a C.
Yeah. Nothing too special going on with that one.
Yeah.
Kabutops.
I like this one actually.
B.
Yeah, B.
Me too. I guess it proves that just because you have swords, though, doesn't mean that you're S tier.
Indeed. Aerodactyl.
That's a life lesson right there.
Aerodactyl.
I like Aerodactyl. It is just kind of an Aerodactyl.
It's a pterosaur, isn't it? Although pterosaurs
Yeah.
didn't have teeth. But more on that in Alex's weird mixed educational channel.
Yeah, I guess we can't really just say that it's better because it's a dinosaur, right? They could have done more with it. But yeah, I think a C or a B would be fine. Maybe C.
Maybe C.
You thinking
Yeah.
D?
I think it's
Let's go
not.
C.
Its design is good, but it could be a little bit more prehistoric. John,
Yeah, I agree. C is good.
Snorlax is pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
A?
Yeah. I would put Snorlax pretty high. A or I don't know about S, but A sounds like a really good spot.
Yeah. I like Snorlax a lot more in the older games. In Sword and Shield, he just kind of wanders around and makes him a bit less special.
Yeah.
But the fact that you can only encounter him a couple of times makes him far more prominent. So I feel like, yeah, A is a good place
To
for
be
him.
fair, that's not Snorlax's fault. Fault.
No, that's true.
I'm going to put him in A tier, and that means Alex has to reformat again. Nothing can go in B.
Hopefully for the last time.
Nothing can go in B. Like, I've literally run out of room. I'm going to have to start using the smaller variation of the overlay that we came up with. Articuno.
Oh, so who's our favourite of the legendaries?
My favourite is probably Zapdos, but we're not on Zapdos, we're on Articuno. I had an Articuno called Chili back in the day.
Chili.
I like Articuno a lot. I like in Pokemon Snap that you can get a Pikachu to ride it. That
is
looks
pretty
cool.
good. But
I really like Articuno a lot.
it's gonna have to be B tier, isn't it? I'm gonna have to
See, out of the three though, I would probably put Articuno in A. I know that's tough, and we could move these around too since they're the birds.
maybe.
you know?
I'll put it
I feel like
in
A is good for Articuno.
I'll put it in A for now. Because I mean they're all pretty even. Zapdos, I'd say S.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I think he's a little boring. I think he was my favorite back in the day, but looking back now, the spiky points, I'm just not. I don't know. I'm not as big of a fan of now.
He's all electric.
And you're right. It makes sense. How do you feel, John?
Yeah, for me, I feel like most of the birds are A tier. I personally favour Articuno over Zapdos.
Well, why don't we put it in A as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that sounds good.
Moltres in A as well.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe even B for. I mean, I don't want to make
John,
you reformat,
we
but maybe.
we can't. B is full.
We'd
It's full.
have to swap something for B if we put
I'm okay with that.
Moltres
Okay.
in B.
Well, I tell you what,
Can we put Sandshrew in
could
A
take-
and
we could take-
Moltres in B?
We could take Seadra out, put it in A.
Did you say put Sandshrew? What? I kind of. Oh yeah. Either you do what you want. Either of those choices is great.
I gotta. There we go. I've ruined the order.
All right.
Dratini.
That's fine.
Sorry, Moltres.
Dratini for me is a solid A.
This is a really weird line of Pokemon, by the way.
It is, isn't it?
It is.
Also, that sprite work is weird. Looks like a worm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we okay with A?
I think Dratini's great.
Yeah,
We're
I think
so close. We're so close to the finish line, guys. We've been recording for nearly 2 hours. Dragonair, also A.
Yeah, I feel like a bit more of an A. It's a different kind of
Yeah,
A.
There
I
we
like
go.
that. It gets bigger. It's got some gems now. Like it looks more mature. Like it. Yeah. And then it just. I don't know how you guys feel now, but it gets weird.
How did this
Dragonite.
happen?
Dragonite.
How did this happen?
Limbs.
There's no even-
Limbs, baby. He's got them.
there's no even general like progression towards getting limbs or wings. It's just like overnight. Like it's just bam. Honey, I'm different.
Should we say S or maybe A? I like Dragonite a lot, but maybe not enough to put him in S.
Yeah, I think I agree.
I think A would be a good
would
spot
for
too.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mewtwo,
Yeah,
though.
I agree.
Oh, my boy Mewtwo's going in S. Oh! Anyone gonna argue with that?
Who wants to speak?
I think you've got something to say there, Xeon, so go ahead.
I never really cared for Mewtwo growing up. You know, I love the idea behind him that he's like, you know, this sort of like man-made thing, and right, because he is right. He's kind of created in a lab, is the idea.
Sort of, yeah, but
okay.
See, we're so close.
But yeah,
we're so close.
No. I think. Does anyone disagree on S? These ones they're important. So I know we're so close, but
he's a great culmination. He's a great way to end the game and be like, okay, here's the final Pokemon that you can possibly encounter. I feel like that's cool.
That does say something. You're right. Yeah, maybe I can't argue. I think it's just a little. I think he just looks a little kind of gangly, and maybe, you know, like we talked about with Ridley, like Alex said, maybe that is the point, and for that he's doing a good job. You know.
Okay, yeah, let's keep him in S.
Okay,
Great.
All
What
right.
about Mew?
Not
Mew.
S.
What? You have to put Mew in S if we're gonna put Mewtwo there.
I think
aren't
I'm
we?
gonna have to agree with
I don't feel
Xeon.
that way. I feel
But I want-
Mew is not a great Pokemon to have on your team. It's a cool design. It's great in the movies, sure, but I don't. It doesn't really do much for an actual team, though.
Yeah, go ahead. I love the idea that it was just kind of like this mysterious Pokemon that like you couldn't capture, and
Yeah.
you had to push the truck, and like because the kids on the playground told you so, you know, and I don't know, I think it's the cute nature, you know, like I said too, me going into this, I knew that I've always loved Mew more than Mewtwo just because it's a more cuddly, like fun looking design, but it doesn't, you know, I don't know. That's my 2 cents.
I would rather have Mewtwo on my team, but I don't know, actually. I don't feel like they're equal is the thing. I feel like one of them
But
is
they
better
are.
than the
That's
other.
the whole point of the laws, John.
I know.
When
Mewtwo sees
when
himself as
someone-
better.
Yeah, I know.
When
but
someone says, if someone asked me to define a legendary Pokemon, you know, I would say Mew. Mew would be the granddaddy of them all.
I don't wish to correct you too hard, but he's technically not legendary. He's mythical. I say he. It's sexless as well.
Whatever.
Okay.
I'll allow it, but like,
John.
I feel like there's a difference between the two.
John, where are they
That's
going?
fair.
John, where do you want to put Mew?
We'll keep him in S. We'll keep him in S.
Oh, thank Christ.
I'm fine with that.
Oh, we've done it, everyone, and it only took. Well, recording time is 1 hour and 55 minutes.
Give yourselves a tiny round of applause that doesn't crush our viewers' souls.
Future
or their
generations will
ears.
be easier because they have fewer Pokemon, I think, if we ever want to do this again, if we want to subject ourselves to the torment.
Yeah, if anyone wants us to do this again, please let us know,
Yes,
that
please do.
will be a big factor in us
I'll
doing
just
this
say as
again.
well.
But this was fun. I mean, I feel bad for Alex, you having to edit all of this, because I think
I just want to stop
yeah, are you still-
recording.
are you still doing that?
It's so hot in this room right now.
If there were a column under Banished, I'd put Mr. Mime in there. I think he goes even lower than Banished, to be honest.
I agree.
That's
So
good.
that is our final tier list right there. Wowzers trousers. It only took however millions of years it took. Great goggly goodness. But thank you so much for watching. If you got to the end, if you like this video, then why don't you suggest that subscribe button. I didn't do Mewtwo's cry, did I? I can do Mewtwo's cry. I can't do the end bit. I'm too tired for this. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why didn't you rank that subscribe button anywhere? Just put it anywhere. And be sure to check out NintendoLife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye!
Pikachu!
Pika!